Welcome to the final project presentations and demos for the CSE 190 class. And this is an interesting class, assuming PowerPoint actually works, okay. Because it has a unique set of course goals that are different from the normal classes we teach here. So first, the main goal is to have a unique project experience, where we have the students work on a single project that requires a tremendous amount of motivation on their part. And the students are all graduating seniors, so they've been through all of our courses, they know what they need to do, and the goal of this course is to let them loose to do whatever it is they want to do. And they also work in large groups, so groups of 6 students. And if you've ever tried to accomplish a large project with more than one person, you realize that compromise is the watchword of the day. And all the students learn how to work together to accomplish a single goal. And unlike other courses where they build everything from scratch, in this course they just don't have the time to do that. So they have to use lots of different kinds of tools to help them build their projects. And finally, we set a very, very high bar. So the project that they have to build has to be distributed. It has very strict performance demands. It has to be real time, and it has to be very, very high performance because we're using 3D graphics. And then the last goal is to have fun. And I really like to think the students have fun, and I think they did. All right, so from my perspective as the teacher of the course, it's actually a very straightforward course to teach because the syllabus only has one assignment, and it's to implement a distributed real-time multiplayer 3D game. I hand it out on day 1, and it's due right now. So you are witnessing the final for CSE 190. And then, at the end of day 1, I say, good luck. So the project is a game, and people tend to refer to the course as the games course. But it's easy to forget that games are actually very challenging software projects to design and implement. And what's really going on is that the students are implementing a large, complex software system. It's very, very challenging. It's distributed on multiple people playing over network, connecting to a server. It has to be real time, right? We need these realistic frame rates so that it looks very, very interactive. And it's very, very complex. You have 3D graphics combined with networking, combined with world models, and then you have sound, animation, all this stuff mixed in to the project together. And hopefully, because it is a game, that the project is fun too. And it's one of the reasons why I really like this course is because it's one I wish I could have taken in college, but I couldn't. So if I couldn't have taken it, I might as well teach it. So just to give you a brief outline of how the course works, for the first week and a half, we just do a bit of history, introduction, overview, just a few lectures, visiting speakers, if the opportunity presents. And then overlapped with that, the students spend about a week and a half on design, where we do group meetings, and they do design documents, specification, an implementation schedule, and a set of deadlines for the entire quarter. And this is really their roadmap for the entire quarter to get their project done. And then for about 8 weeks, they do implementation. And we have weekly meetings with the group and me and the TA, where we go over what they've been doing in the past week and what they should be doing for the week following. And the students have to write status reports on a weekly basis saying, this is what I thought I was going to get done, this is what I actually got done, and this is what I need to get done next week. And this is really how they go through the quarter. And they document all of this stuff up on the web, and it's all available if you're curious to go and see. And all of these status reports together essentially form a diary for the entire quarter, where you get to see the blood, sweat, and tears and the joy of the students as they start to get things to work. And really, in this class, in every way, the students make the class successful. The project ideas are entirely their own ideas. Neither me or Tim, the TA, force them to do anything particular. They come up with their own. And unlike other courses, in this course, the students are really the ones who solve their own hard problems. Because they can come to me and say, oh, I had this problem with this vertex shader in this one mode, blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, I don't know, sounds kind of tough. I can point you in different directions on how to possibly debug it, but really they have to go off and figure out what's going on. And what I think you'll see is that when the students demo their projects, the projects will reflect just a tremendous amount of both independence, personal initiative, and problem-solving ability of the students in the course. And I like to think of it as the curriculum, the culmination of the curriculum that they've had here at UCSD, combined with their own personal initiative, talents, and achievement that they've accomplished over the past 4 years. And it's just been incredibly impressive to watch over the last 10 weeks, starting from absolutely nothing to the wonderful projects that you're going to see demoed today. So what I want to do to finish up is just to give you a quick run for what it was like visually through the quarter. All right, so we start out, it's the beginning, first week. Everybody's very, very excited. Lots of enthusiasm. Optimism is running very, very high. And in the beginning, each of the different students work on sort of their part of the project. They, the networking folks work on networking, the graphics folks work on graphics, server folks work on server, and you develop that independently. And then about halfway through the quarter is the first major milestone, which is integration. And this is where everybody comes and brings their stuff together to try to make it work. And that's when they realize that everything that they told each other about how it would work together doesn't actually work together. So what happens is that the lab starts to fill up. The groups start to come in and start to work together. And this is also the time that the nightmares begin. And really, this is the integration step is really the critical juncture of the course. This is when they take the different modules of the game, in particular the client and the server modules, and they get it working across different machines. So if there's any point in the quarter where they could really use the help of the professor, it's now. And of course, that was when I took the opportunity to go to a workshop in Kauai. And let me tell you, I really, really felt for the students in the lab as they were going through integration. It was terrible. You probably can't see it, but there are tears coming down from my eyes. And then finally, it's the last week. All of a sudden, the 10 weeks have gone by, and oh my gosh, there's no more time left. So it's the final crunch. The quarter's over, the demo is here, the demo is now. And the lab is just chock full morning to night with students trying to get their stuff to work, and sometimes sleeping a little. So in conclusion, this is a course that wouldn't work without the support of others, in particular ACS, Lowell Kinsner, and Mike Stark, who provided constant support for us and the lab throughout the quarter. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get the software to work. And also to Microsoft, Mark Hayes and Aditya Bansad, who provided free software, so visualstudio.net for the students to run at home so they could work at home, so they could work 24 hours a day, and a lab full of the newest and the latest equipment, which was critical for the course being successful. And finally, I also like to thank Steve Rotenberg, formerly of Angel Studios, Rockstar, who also taught at the same time a seminar on game design. He actually knows how games work because he's implemented a bunch of them that have sold incredibly well. So in that course, he taught the students how games really work, where my goal was to try to help the students learn how complex software systems work. And then I'd like to say a special thanks to our TA, Tim Foley. He's really the one who answered all of the hard questions, and this picture represents Tim throughout the entire quarter, and it was really great. Thanks a lot, Tim. Okay, so what we're going to do for the rest of the time is we have 5 projects, 5 groups, and we're going to go through them in order. And what each group is going to do is they're going to have somebody in the group introduce the game, introduce the group members, say what it is they're trying to do, And then they're going to give you a demo of what's going on.